Atlanta to pursue his comedy career as well as the career that actually pays him money. So give a hearty round of applause to a set that I am just on pins and needles waiting to see for reasons that will soon be apparent to you. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Duvall.
I want to start things off by asking the crowd, is this you guys' first comedy show here in Athens, Georgia?
Yeah.
No.
The majority of you are kind of familiar with the Athens comedy scene.
Yeah.
For those of you that aren't, these first 2 minutes, you're not going to understand. But don't worry, I won't make up for it later. Ladies and gentlemen, give a hand to Ed Bermilla, who's doing a great job hosting tonight. Poor Ed has had it rough these past 2 years. As he's mentioned, you know, he's gone through a divorce with his shitty ex-wife. He has been accused of being a sexist by some of Athens' finest ultra-liberal women, a racist by our resident black comedian, and up until last night, he was accused of being a terrible comic by the man that I'm currently parodying the outfit of right now. His name is Chris Patton, if you're not familiar with him. He kind of resembles a grown-up version of Dennis the Menace, so if you ever go to a show and you see that guy, that's probably the one. The other way that you're going to be able to tell that it's him is that you won't hear a punchline for the entire set. He basically is, wow, I am him now. This fucking hat and this stupid jacket is turning me into him. He basically is what making people, he is to what making people laugh is, as to what the character Precious is to actually being precious. But I don't want to shit on him too much. I mean, he does a lot of great jokes about Sim City and biblical times. So you guys are still in Athens in 2052. He may wax philosophical about Cisco's thong song. But go check him out. June 11th at the Georgia Theater. Amy Schumer is going to be there. She's headlining. She's fucking fantastic. But be sure to get there early for the humor funeral that will take place prior to her set. The host is a world-renowned joke thief here in town, and I hear that the Georgia Theater is giving away free shots for every joke you can pick out that he stole from Louis C.K. That way, when Chris gets up on stage, he'll be searching, the audience will be drunk enough so that he can finally get that 4th ever laugh that he's been working towards 3 years of doing comedy to get. The fucking building will probably burn itself down again before this show can happen. But he tells everybody in the scene that this show is what's gonna put him on the comedy map. Either Kabul, Pyongyang, or 3 Mile Island. Now let's get into some actual jokes.
Take that fucking thing off.
You guys here have goals? Alright, cool. Somebody's calling when I have a fucking comedy show. Hey, Tingley, I'm on stage. I gotta call you back. I'm on stage. I gotta call you back. See ya. So I had goals once when I was a wee little lad. Now, not so much. My only goal now is to be aesthetically pleasing. In case you've looked at me, I'm not that aesthetically pleasing. If I had my shirt off right now, it would look like an 8-year-old drew me. And he wanted to give me muscles, but instead of actually doing definition right here, he just drew circles. And he'd look at the Michelin commercial and just resembled those arms. But yeah, I did have goals and hopes and dreams as a child. I wanted to be one of 2 things when I grew up. Either a professional wrestler or a bald eagle. I'm 29, the professional wrestler thing is probably not gonna fucking happen. Still holding out hope for the bald eagle dream. And I'll tell you why. I can successfully shit while still moving. And that's really it. I can just shit while I still move. But really, I did want to become a professional wrestler, and I took a lot of steps to do that when I was a young tyke. More important than actually learning how to wrestle, which is kind of an afterthought. The first thing that I needed to do was get a really, really tough name. Jake Duvall is not exactly a name that strikes fear into the hearts of anyone besides local hack comedians. So instead of being called Satan Jones or Chainsaw for a Face Johnson, I came up with the brilliant name of JC Thunder. Let that sink in for a second. I know that you are imagining in your head a refreshing can of Walmart brand Mountain Dew. But it's really a half man, half storm that had the best theme entrance music in the entire world. And I'm not talking about Nickelback or Korn, no. I'm talking about the slamming motherfucking jams of Garth Brooks' The Thunder Rolls. In case you guys didn't laugh at that, The Thunder Rolls is a country song about a woman who kills her cheating husband. So I would get on my trampoline and wrestle. At the time, I had the perfect wrestler haircut, which was a bowl cut and a rat tail, and it was blonde. I wore cute little windbreaker pants. I was quite the molestable little scamp. Most wrestlers have to watch out for their enemies. I'm sneaking up behind them and attacking them. I had to watch out for the local sex offender in the neighborhood. And I mentioned my purple windbreaker. I'm going to skip that part because I'm running out of time. Let's get to the meat of the fucking story. I didn't have friends at this time. I had something better than a friend to wrestle with. I had a beanbag chair. The beanbag chair was a pretty worthy opponent, but I held my fucking own. When I wanted to finish off this beanbag chair, I would do a front flip onto it, and no one's getting up from a front flip. 1, 2, 3. So one day I decided to get fucking fancy and do a backflip on this thing instead of a frontward flip. Me doing a backflip now is exactly the same thing as me doing a backflip then. I fell on my neck, knocked the wind out of me, and the trampoline bounced enough to make the beanbag chair go up and on top of me, thus pinning me for the 1, 2, 3. And all of this could have been avoided had my father been Chris Benoit. Thank you very much. See, he killed his family, so that's why that's funny. Thank you, I love you.